Hey friends, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day today. Today's video is a what's for dinner video, except for we're starting out with a bread maker bread. After this, it won't be anything other than what we've had for dinner recently. I will have this bread maker bread in the description box. The only difference between the one that I'm showing and the one that I'm sharing is I swapped out the sugar for honey because I thought that it would taste better with the honey in it. And so that's what I did. It turned out great. I also upped the yeast amount because my yeast was expired and it wasn't causing things to rise as much. So I just wanted to go ahead and use it up, and the bread definitely rose. I probably could have cut back a smidge on it, but it turned out really great. It was delicious and super easy because you just throw everything in and press a button. Apparently, you just add everything in the order of the recipe, and you want to make sure that your yeast is on top. Of course, every bread maker is probably a little different, but it made a huge, beautiful loaf of bread. You can see this thing is huge and gorgeous. So here's the first night of dinner that I'm sharing with y'all. I'm not sure what to call this. It's something that I just kind of made up as I went. I was working on using things up. So I had just browned up a pound of ground turkey, and I added some of these Campbell's flavor ups that my husband found at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to add some of the banana pepper brine. I know, it sounds weird. I promise it tasted really good. I'm also going to be adding some minced garlic. I just added a little bit of water to it so I could get all the rest of it out of this tiny jar because I just wanted to use it up. Normally I don't use minced garlic like that, but haven't been feeling like cooking lately, so that's what we're working with. That was cream of mushroom, I promise. It looks kind of funny, but it's because it was frozen. Because we were given these massive cans of cream of mushroom, so in order to keep it from going bad or having to use a ton of cream of mushroom at a time, I froze it in like can-sized bags, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I'm adding half a bag of frozen peas and carrots, which is roughly about 2 cups or a cup and a half or so. Next, I'm going to be adding in 2 cups of rice, which I just saw 1 cup, and there's the second. I'm going to give that a good stir, and then I will be adding 4 cups of water in, along with some beef bouillon powder. And then I forgot to show adding Cajun two-step, but I do add Cajun two-step to this also. So once I get the water and everything in, making sure to spill it all over my stovetop, that's essential for flavor. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then I will reduce the heat down to a medium to medium low and let it cook for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to turn the heat off and let it go for another 10 minutes. After that, I'm going to kind of fluff the rice up a little bit, and then I'm going to flatten it back out. And I've crunched up, first I'm adding in 2 ounces of pepper jack cheese. It was half of one of those teeny tiny blocks from the Dollar Tree. So it's a very small amount of cheese, but it's all the cheese we had left on this night. Don't worry, we got some very shortly after. And then I crunched up a package of Ritz crackers, and I'm going to sprinkle those over the top and just put the lid on for a few minutes and let the cheese melt. I know this seems like a really kind of hodgepodge meal or whatever, but I promise it was very good. I added some jalapenos to the top of mine, and my husband did too, and it was amazing. You would have never known that banana pepper brine was in there. I know that was probably the weirdest thing I added, but it was amazing. For the next night, I'm making some balsamic chicken, and we are serving it over some steamed rice and some broccoli on the side. So first I preheated my pan. Now I've added some oil, And ideally, I would have been able to fit all of my chicken in the pan at once, but I just wasn't able to. As it cooked, it shrunk down, and I cut one piece in half, and so I was able to eventually fit it all in there. But you just want to brown it up. You don't have to worry about cooking it all. I just cooked my rice in the Instant Pot, and my broccoli I just steamed up on the side. Y'all can see it there. And the balsamic glaze, I'll leave the recipe for it in the description box. It's not really a glaze, but while the chicken is cooking the rest of the way with the sauce, it thickens up into kind of like a glaze. But there is garlic, balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, oil. I'll leave the recipe in the description box, I promise. But before you add this to your pan, you might wish to reduce the heat quite a ways, because you can see it instantly made a wreck of my stovetop. It wasn't hard to clean up. The reason y'all saw ramen cooking on the side is because some of my kids don't like rice at the moment, so I just cooked them some plain ramen, and they had their chicken over that, and everyone loved this. It was so good. The next night was quite an extravagant meal. Worked really hard on this one. So I scrubbed up some potatoes and chopped them up into cubes, and then I also had some bacon. I just seasoned the potatoes with salt and pepper and a little oil. The bacon also will make more oil, so I didn't have to worry about that. And my husband warmed up some baked beans on the side. The next night we had some Big Mac Sloppy Joes. You just brown up your hamburger meat with some salt and pepper and maybe some Worcestershire or soy sauce or something. And then we made some fries to go on the side. We have a French fry cutter. My husband thought that I cut these up on my own until he saw the French fry cutter. But these were delicious. On the next night, my husband made some ribs, and he made some teriyaki barbecue, and the other ones he made honey teriyaki, I think is what he said. These were delicious. I didn't get a picture of our plates, but we had sweet potatoes, and my kids had regular potatoes because they're not big fans of sweet potatoes to go along with it. I'm sorry I didn't get a picture of the rest of our food. So I want to say we had this meal at the beginning of the week, and I don't know why I tacked it on at the end. Maybe because it's just a picture. But anyways, I cooked up some potatoes. For my husband and I cooked up sweet potatoes, and for everyone else, I cooked up regular potatoes because that's what they prefer. And that is balsamic pork and banana peppers on the top. My kids topped theirs with the cheese and sour cream, and this was fabulous. I would definitely have this again. Alright friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this small video, and I will see y'all again soon. I actually am finishing up a extreme grocery budget video that y'all should see shortly after this one, maybe a few days to a week. But never ever forget that above all, Jesus loves y'all, and I love y'all too. I hope y'all have the most fantastic day. Bye.